Struggling with guilt and wanting to reconcile. A little over a month ago, I cheated on my boyfriend of 5 years. We'd been going through a rough patch, and I refused to communicate my resentment, my expectations, letting it build up in me. It culminated in me seeking attention elsewhere. I started talking to a guy who was a friend of a friend. I ended up sleeping with him while still in a relationship with my boyfriend. It was a huge mistake, and I regret it. I was just in a bad place emotionally and looking for validation. I know that's no excuse, and I feel like I've completely betrayed my boyfriend and everything I believed in. The guilt's eating me up, and I can't believe I let it go this far. After it happened, I confessed everything to my boyfriend. He's understandably hurt and angry, and he's still deciding whether he wants to reconcile. We're still living together, which makes things really tough. I'm trying to give him space while also being there for him, but I'm struggling with how to handle his anger and hurt. I've started individual therapy to work on my issues and understand why I made such a terrible choice. I'm also reading about emotional intelligence, empathy, and how to communicate better because I know that's been a weak point for me. I've realized that I didn't communicate my feelings and concerns in our relationship, and instead I kept them bottled up until they led me to make this huge mistake. I want to be there for my boyfriend and show him that I'm truly remorseful, but I'm not sure how to do that effectively. When he gets angry, I sometimes have the urge to walk away because I don't know how to handle the situation, but I know that's the wrong thing to do. I'm trying to stay present and listen, but it's really hard to listen to him tearing me down. For those of you who've been in a similar situation, how did you help your partner work through their anger and pain? And if you're on the other side of this, how did your partner help you? Or what do you wish they had done differently? I genuinely want to make things right and work through this, but I'm feeling lost and don't know what the best approach is. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Update: I'm still living with my boyfriend because we're stuck in the same lease until July. It's been incredibly tense and I'm beginning to resent my boyfriend. He's made it clear that he's tired of me being sad and depressed all the time. In the early days, he said he wanted me to show that I'm sorry because words just weren't enough for him anymore. So I began expressing how sad I am about the lost relationship between us. But now he just takes it as me playing the victim and says I'm unpleasant to be around. The guilt of what I've done has been overwhelming. I've had suicidal thoughts because I can't stand how much I've hurt him. I've even hurt myself as a way to cope with the guilt, but that only makes things worse because it shows him that I'm unstable. He tells me he wants me to take the initiative, to get up before him and bring up our issues myself. But when I try to talk to him about our issues and what led me to do what I did, he blows and says it's not what he had in mind. At this point, I'm very confused what he expects of me. A few days ago, things got heated when I found out he had downloaded dating apps. I admit I wasn't nice about it and sort of raised my voice. And that's when he told me he's done. He blew up too and said I was the worst thing that ever happened to him. I know I deserve a lot of it, but it still hurts so much. Now he's getting ready to go on a date in the evening, and I feel completely shattered. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm scared one day I will wake up to find him and all of his stuff gone, forever. I don't know how I'd survive without him. Story 2. Repeat. Help. Seeking advice from wayward women. I am feeling very stuck as everything I do right now, my husband is like, really? You need to do the work. I have been consuming as much information as I can off diff sites, listening to a betrayed, wayward YouTube channel of healing our marriage. He asked me to get out of the house, understandable, and I have been. I come back to watch the kids while he is working, since I'm not employed right now. I've been trying to do drop-off pickups, chart meals for them, even though I leave and don't eat with them, trying to make life as easy for my husband as I can in this trauma I've created on him. I still can't come up with the why, which is very frustrating for him and I. I've been working with an individual therapist he has too, and we've been going to a marriage therapist. He said I could think of him and send him a lot of texts to reassure him I'm thinking of him, take selfies and send them to him. I'm home too much and don't really get ready, so I plan on doing that when I start my job. He asked me to find a place to live, get a job, did both of those. He says consistently I'm not doing the work. I try to offer support, hugs, kisses, though my support means nothing to him when I've lied to him for 7 years and I understand. I've tried to show him I want him and only him in bed. We've installed a parental app so he can follow what I'm doing. I've given him access to my Find My phone, watch, car, told him he could put an AirTag on my purse, which is with me almost always. I've agreed with lots of pushback from myself that I will do a polygraph and pass. The pushback was either because I'm extremely selfish. I really felt it caused my anxiety to go off the roof when I did it last time. He thinks it's because I lied. I'm not sure if that's the case, but I feel even though I've agreed, I'm going to have some serious regret towards him, which I'm going to have to work through, and I've told him that. I've been honest in answering all questions, given open access to my phone. I really don't have answers to some of the questions, and promised I would work with my therapist to find the answers, because I know they are truly a vital part of healing. I've wrote out timelines, everything going back since I've known him of anything I could think of as inappropriate or could be even related to being inappropriate in a marriage. I've made a list of all the people in my phone book and suggestions of who to delete and why I think they should go. It's up to him to let me know if he is okay with that or not, as I don't want to delete anything anymore. Has anyone been in anything like this? This is so far from beyond traumatizing for my husband. Not only the affairs, but I lied, betrayed, trickle-truthed. I still get a bit defensive when he says it feels that I am either manipulating him or selfish, emotionally abusing. I might be a narcissist, or I'm either a psychopath and I'm full of shit, like there are only 2 answers to understand this. I don't even understand a lot of this. I'm still defensive. I can feel that and really need to learn how to not be defensive. The work I'm clearly doing wrong. Edit. I don't think he is keeping me away from the house. More so, he needs space, as do I, to figure out who we are. He needs this to know if he wants to reconcile. We only have a 3-bedroom house, so the kids are not going to interrupt since they have a lot of new things going on, school, etc. And they sleep so well. Considering I've lied to him about this for 7 years, he needs transparency to try to earn my trust back. So I don't think he is treating me badly. You're on the right track with transparency and accountability, but you need to work on not being defensive. Your husband needs genuine remorse and understanding, not just reassurances and logistical support. It's crucial to dig deep into the why behind your actions with your therapist and fully own the impact of your choices without making excuses. Ask your husband what actions would help show you're doing the work, and really listen to him. It's not just about what you're doing, but how you're showing your commitment to change. Healing will be a long process, so keep focusing on empathy and understanding his pain. Stay committed to the hard work ahead. Now for some comments. Not a wayward wife, but something that may help you with your defensiveness is to meditate on what you are trying to defend when you get defensive. He is attacking. What is he attacking? Is it your dignity, being worthy of respect? But the key here is to what extent. Every human has a base level inherent value that deserves respect, but after that, our only value is the good we do. You might benefit from considering if you see yourself as a good person. Is this what you are trying to defend? When we fully humble ourselves in our error, we see ourselves as low and with no dignity to defend outside of the baseline inherent value. Until you reach this level of humility before him, it will cause him pain, and he will know you don't really see things accurately or fully understand what you have done. I experienced this with my wife to a degree, and it slowed my healing. I wish you the best.